station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Happening now at 9, covering the entire DMV. Arson investigation. Businesses torched, a car charred in Montgomery County overnight.
Learning that it happens in different areas of the neighborhood is really shocking, scary.
The series of suspicious fires, a suspect in custody. Residents react tonight. And still on the run, the 30-year-old murder suspect evades capture for an 11th day. But DC police are and are not sharing about that search. And summer may soon be over, but it's not too early to start planning next year's local or overseas getaway. The consumer advice for those trips, even taking flights out of our local airports.
And our weather has been gloomy and gray today. Will that change as we start a new work week? I'll talk about that and give you, of course, your school day forecast and your 7-day forecast as well. Coming up.
Plus, a Commanders comeback, how DC was able to beat the Broncos, and the nail-biting dramatic finish in Denver. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Ben Dennis. This Sunday evening, developing right now in DC and at the Maryland line near Chain Bridge in Northwest. Metro Police say a woman is dead after an apparent accidental drowning late this afternoon. According to Montgomery County Fire and Rescue, a group of 24 adults from an out-of-state college kayaking group were boating on the Potomac River. One woman was pinned under a rock while inside of her kayak. Other people hurried to help before EMS arrived, but she did die. DC Police is now taking over that investigation. And new information on the search for Christopher Haynes, the manhunt reaching day 11 after he escaped a DC hospital following a murder that he suspected of committing back in August. Well, today, DC police yet again said they have received tips of possible sightings of Haynes, and they're working to thoroughly investigate every tip they get. That's precisely what they said last Tuesday. Haynes was originally arrested for murdering Brent Hayward of Gainesville, Virginia, in Manassas. Haynes was seen on this security camera in somebody's backyard after escaping George Washington University Hospital. And we asked DC police if those possible sightings were just in DC or elsewhere. They could not provide that information tonight. They also said that there are no current plans to brief the press in person about this. Over to meteorologist Scott Sumner for your weather now. Yeah, gray and gloomy day today, but please, Scott, don't let this be forever.
Oh, no, it will not. It will not be, Ben. That's for sure. We still have a coastal flood advisory for places out towards Anne Arundel County here. This runs, as you see, till 10 o'clock. Not for the case of heavy rain and flooding rain. It's for the fact that the high time of high tide is going to be a little higher than normal, and that could bring some water a little further inland than you would want it. But on land, we see some showers dotting around the district here to the north of us, to the east of us, and to the south of us. Really not seeing anything in the district other than just cloudy conditions. However, out towards the mountains, we have a second round of rain to move through. Right now along 220 out towards Kaiser's Way and Romney's Way, you're getting some rain there. And then moving back down towards the tidal basin here along 301 and 17, some steady to moderate rain being seen south of the Fredericksburg area and around the Stafford area, and that's moving up in our direction. A little wider perspective here. As you can see now, the entire viewing region, there's some of that shower activity off to the south and to the west. And here we go. Over the next hour, we'll see that pull closer towards the district and probably make it here with some lot more of a light rain situation. So tonight we've got rain showers from 10 to 11 to the midnight hour here, and temperatures pretty much locked into the 60s for the time being. And as we go into the start of a new work week, well, we'll have some sunshine on Monday after some morning clouds. More sunshine, though, for the middle of the week. And then what weather is possible next weekend? Oh, yeah. I hope we don't get into this cycle and a trend, that's for sure. But we certainly could use the rain. We'll talk more about it and show that 7-day coming up. Ben?
Selfishly, we'll keep the sunshine, too. Thank you, Scott. Meantime, in Virginia, Prince William County police say that they've made an arrest in a homicide that happened Saturday night in Woodbridge here at Gable Ridge Turn. Police say they responded for cause of a shooting around 7:19. When they got there, they found 43-year-old Kareem Harris suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital where he died from his injuries. The suspect, 25-year-old Malcolm Andre Montz, was arrested at that same apartment complex without further incident. Investigators found that Montz and Harris knew each other, and an argument escalated into that shooting. Montz is now being held without bond. And Metro is testing out new signs at its stations. It's part of an effort to make navigating the system a little bit easier. They're adding new letters and numbers instead of just colors. The Transit Authority says it's to benefit locals, out-of-towners, and riders who are colorblind.
Sometimes I get out on like the stops and I'm like, I know which way to go, but then I'm like, all right, am I going out this way? Am I going out this way? Then if I get out the wrong exit, then I'm like 5 minutes down the street.
I think anything that makes it more accessible is gonna be good.
And the L'Enfant Plaza station will be the first to get the new signs in just a few days. More signs will be added this fall. And a heads up, if you drive through Alexandria, starting tomorrow, hours from now, the city's new speed cameras go live. That means you won't just get a warning, you get a ticket. The cameras are placed around 4 different schools. The speed limit is 15 miles per hour when those signs are flashing. And Medicaid renewal is happening across the country, and officials with DC's Medicaid program are reminding district residents to check their mail for that renewal packet. Our Tosin Fakile talked to the Medicaid director and has more on the several ways you can renew Medicaid and what group of people need to pay special attention to the process.
The director of DC's Medicaid program says they saw about a 20% increase in people covered by DC Medicaid during the public health emergency from 2020 to now. And it is very important for this group of people and everyone with DC Medicaid to act now and renew so they stay covered.
What Medicaid coverage is health insurance coverage.
And that's why DC Medicaid officials are reminding the almost half of the district residents they say have DC Medicaid coverage to complete the renewal process.
So it's really important if folks want to be able to continue with any kind of treatment they have, or if they have a doctor's appointment scheduled in the next few weeks, or even, if they're doing their annual physical and they have it set for next year. There's extra emphasis on the push for DC residents 65 and older who have Medicare and DC Medicaid. So folks may know that as the QMB program. So it's just really important that for folks who are over 65 and they have Medicare, if they're not paying their premiums, it means there's a good chance Medicaid is paying their premium, and so they really do need to pay attention to that Medicaid renewal form. The director of the program says their renewed annual requirement to check for Medicaid eligibility back in April. She said as of September, almost a lot of people have already completed renewal, and some may have received notices of renewal or will be getting them between now and June 2024. It's really important that when you get that piece of mail, that envelope with the green marking from us, that you open it, you respond to it so that you have that Medicaid coverage. And even though the renewal paperwork comes in the mail, it doesn't mean it's the only way to complete the process. Officials say you can renew your DC Medicaid as well on the District Direct mobile app once you download it. We'll have more details about this on our website, dcnewsnow.com. In the studio, I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now.
Well, thanks to Tosin. After last week's home opening win for the Commanders, DC now has 2 W's in their pocket, defeating the Broncos in Denver about an hour ago. An 18-point comeback win for the Commanders means for the first time in 12 years, the team starts the season 2-0. Coming up at 11 on Game Night, how Coach Rivera feels about Chase Young's return and the dramatic 35-33 finish. And today was the last day of the first annual Lotus Festival in Northwest DC. The event, hosted by Downtown DC, was 5 days of cultural exploration in the Chinatown Park, with food, music, wellness activities, a community movie night, among some other treats for guests. To see more upcoming events through Downtown DC, check out their website for the latest.